Haven does more than assist victims of sexual abuse and intimate partner violence. They also work to educate law enforcement, prosecutors, and judges on how to respond to these survivors. One of the greatest advocates for the work Haven does is Judge Derek Meinecke of the 44th District Court in Royal Oak. Judge Meinecke keeps survivors' rights and safety at the forefront of everything he does in his courtroom.
The vast majority of victims of sexual assault never come forward, never go to the police, never make a report. And it doesn't matter if you are very wealthy. It doesn't matter if you are involved in law enforcement. It doesn't matter if you could look in the community and say, oh, that person is an icon in the community. They could never. It is something that is present at every portion of society. We're talking about individuals that are in some of the most vulnerable positions of anybody in our community. So access to resources is absolutely crucial. So, for example, a safe place to stay, a place to get some basic necessities, toiletries, things like that. Haven is available for that. And that's why you have to have a comprehensive response available so that you have a group like Haven who can respond to a person, whatever their background, whatever their situation. It can't just be a resource that's available to domestic violence victims that we like or that look a certain way. It has to be available to all, without judgment, with the ability to protect their confidentiality. The things that they say are held precious, and what we're dealing with here is the violence. That's what we need to be talking about. That's what we need to be eliminating. We need to stop having this, why is she staying? Why is she making those choices? Because she has a million reasons that if you were in her shoes would absolutely make sense to you. But if you look really closely at the way in which society handles victims of sexual assault, you can see why the numbers are the way they are and so many stay silent. People who are experiencing domestic violence, that's their reality every single day. Well, what's their way out? Oftentimes, there's a fear of going to the police. There's a fear of going to a prosecutor or a courthouse or to a judge. At any stage along the line, if there is a negative experience, well, that's only going to feed into probably what the abuser has said for years. No one's going to believe you, all right? Even if I'm found guilty, no one's going to care. I'm going to be back here anyway. And so all along the way, every step of the process, there needs to be that positive interaction, knowing that first and foremost, they will be heard, and their safety will be a priority for all involved. One of the other things that is so crucial with Haven is the sexual assault nurse examiner program. Think about what the victim has to endure during an examination of that nature, right after there's been a sexual assault. That contact with a sexual assault nurse examiner, the way that they're trained to both collect but also do so in a compassionate way, that can set the tone to make sure that the individual who perpetrated that act is held to account. Everybody has the right to be safe in their own homes. And if a community has made domestic violence a priority, I don't know how you then not make a place like Haven a priority, because who better to navigate all of the different challenges, all of the different scary possibilities for a victim. When a community gets behind Haven in a significant way and Haven is able to be available in all of the many ways that they can be available for victims in the community, then that community is closer to reaching its ideal of being a safe place for all.